Hello, you're watching Proactive. Joining me today is Matteo Negro. He's the CEO of Cambridge Raman Imaging, a Frontier IP Group portfolio company. Matteo, very good to meet you. So for viewers not familiar with the company, tell us a little bit about Cambridge Raman Imaging.
Thanks, Stephen, to have me here today. So at Cambridge Raman Imaging, we are basically developing disruptive label-free imaging technology that will allow to get unprecedented information on cells and tissues. And we are doing this by, we have developed an innovative laser microscopy technology, which is called coherent Raman imaging. And we are making this very complicated technology finally usable by biologists and clinicians that want to get extended and enhanced information on their samples, for instance, for studying diseases, the interaction of drugs with cells and tissues, for diagnosing tumors. And this, they will be able to do it for the first time without the need of any preparation of their sample, of labeling or staining or perturbing their sample. So they will be able to look at it in the unperturbed way so that they can extract the most information in the very relevant environment for their cells and tissue.
Matteo, tell us how this laser technology improves on previous technologies for lasers.
So this technology has been existing for many years so far, but the very big problem about it is that it was technically very complicated. The lasers that were used to get these kind of information from cells and tissues were extremely complicated, expensive, bulky. So they were all the time requiring the presence of a laser expert or a photonics expert to be operated. So basically, the technology was somehow there, the potentialities were somehow there, but the equipment itself was impossible to be used by non-expert users when they are the ones who are needing this technology most. So what we did at Cambridge Raman Imaging was to patent a completely new solution, a shift paradigm of the laser technology and entering into the fiber lasers architecture so that we could build a system, which was of course patented, that enables for the first time a simple use of such technology by non-laser experts. So we basically put together a hands-free tool that can be finally used, let's say in a plug-and-play way by biologists and clinicians. So they turn on their microscope, they look at their images, they get all the information they need without even knowing that there's a laser inside there. So this was what CRI has done in the last years.
Matteo, I believe sales of the technology started earlier this year. How are they doing?
We're actually doing beyond expectations because at the moment we finalize the development of the key technologies behind this imaging platform, which are the laser and also the very sophisticated detection spectrometer. And we started selling those to research labs. At the beginning, we just wanted to sell a whole integrated platform, but we started with these subcomponents because we saw a lot of demand from the market. And these subsystem sales are going really beyond expectations. We sold a few. We have a pipeline which is increasing during this year. And what's also very important is that we are approaching the launch of the first integrated imaging platform by end of this year. And we are already negotiating many sales for that. So our sales pipeline is building up quite extensively, and this is definitely more than we expected. So 2024 and 2025 are going to be very exciting years from this point of view.
So I wanted to ask you, Matteo, whether this technology, this patented technology, has other applications and whether you can develop other products around it.
Yes, of course, because this label-free imaging technology, which is coherent Raman imaging, is possibly applicable wherever you have to get information about whatever kind of samples. So in terms of targets, we are in this first journey approaching and targeting life sciences for the study of cells and tissues, eventually ending up into the clinical setting. We are developing a system that can diagnose tumors in a very effective, accurate, and fast way, and also to improve very much the histopathology routine. But as you mentioned, these can be furthermore extended into many other applications that range from the still somehow very close to life science. Maybe we can talk about drug discovery, for instance, analyzing tablets in a manufacturing line of pharma companies. This is one application that we're really looking at from close. But potentially wherever you need to get chemical information about samples. So let me mention microplastics, which is, of course, a hot topic from the environmental point of view. If you want to detect microplastics in water or in food or in living organs, this you can also do with this technology, but also whatever kind of contaminants in food and so on and so forth. So potentially the range of applications is incredibly broad. I would call it a very transverse imaging technology that can deliver you an unprecedented amount of information without the need of preparing your samples at all.
So you've launched an equity funding round, Matteo. Tell us about that and how you're going to use that to accelerate growth.
So we are, of course, very excited about this. We just launched a pre-Series A funding round in those last months, and we are targeting to close this round by end of this year, beginning next year, to, of course, boost the commercial launch of our first imaging platform. But we are going to use the proceeds to scale up with the team. Of course, we are going to build more structure into the sales and marketing, business development, but also other departments like finance, the operations, and so on. And also going to build our first independent pilot manufacturing facility that will be able to supply the first monitors that we're going to sell about the imaging platform. And of course, this will boost also the development of the clinical platform that we are now in the engineering phase that will bring us into the clinical validation in a couple of years, and then eventually to the regulatory approval for tumor diagnosis.
It sounds like a very exciting period ahead, Matteo. Thank you very much for speaking with us today. I hope you'll keep us posted on any progress.
Thank you very much, Stephen. It was a pleasure.
That's Matteo Negro. He's the CEO of Cambridge Raman Imaging.